Today let's talk about Workaholics.
Are we starting?
Yeah, it's already rolling.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Workaholics probably one of the best shows on TV.
Yeah.
I don't think they've made a bad episode yet.
No, I mean, I gave it a go about a week ago, and I'd known about it. I heard a lot of good things about it. But the first episode and the only episode I had seen previous was the one where they do the camp out, and I just kind of felt okay about it, which is still funny. So then last week I was just like, what the heck? Everyone else tell me what a great show it is. Let's try it. And it was like after the first two episodes, and I watched through episode 9. So I had one to watch the next day. Now I watched the first season like 3 times this week.
Well, what's funny is that I remember seeing one episode on Hulu, and I was like, what's this show? And this is before anybody was even talking about it. And I kind of watched, I was like, oh, it's pretty funny. And then a couple months went by, and then someone else brought it up, like, had you seen this show? And I was like, no, I've never heard of this. And then I remember, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I have seen that before. Which is the same thing that happened with Grandma's Boy.
Oh, yeah.
I had seen that when it first came out in theaters, and I was in high school, and I went and told people about it, and they had no idea what I was talking about. And then, like, maybe a couple of years went by, and finally everybody was like, I don't know, Grandma's Boy, this is an awesome movie. And I was like, I remember talking about that when no one knew about it.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I found out about it was like right after it came out on DVD, a girl that me and Sarah worked with at the YMCA was like, oh, have you seen this? We just got this. And I was like, no. And she was like, you need to go watch this. You will like this. With as much as you play games, you'll love this.
Yeah.
And then we rented it, watched it, and then we ended up getting a copy like immediately after. And I watch it like every night for like 3 minutes.
And a lot of times what happens with me is it's usually the opposite. It usually happens like way behind, like BioShock. I just recently played that, and it's been out for at least like 4 years?
2007.
Maybe 4 or 5 years, and I just started playing it. I'm like, this is an amazing game. And I finished it in like a couple of days, and then went out and bought the second one and played it like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right. And someone was like, there's a third one coming out. And I was like, no way. And it was like, way. And I was like, fucking awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, back to the original subject, I guess. Workaholics, if you haven't seen it, you really go check it out. It's
Definitely.
funny.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I mean, unless you're like an old man that's super conservative and just hate that kind of comedy.
She just have no sense of humor.
Yeah. And the other thing that's been funny about that show, and I know I've told you about this, is that the intro song sounds like Beastie Boys, so for like the last 3 days, that's all I've listened to is Beastie Boys because of that show. So, thanks Workaholics.
Trying to pay tribute to Adam Yoch or Youch or
yeah.
I don't know how to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't know, then go pick up a People magazine. He's on the cover. So,
if you don't know what Beastie Boys is, you've probably been living under a rock for the last 15 years, maybe?
Well, how about this? We'll cut this off here and we'll just come back to that next video. So
next video, Beastie Boys.
There you go.